everybody, welcome into another edition of Make Every Second Count Live with me, your host and international award-winning, Make Every Second Count speaker. I'm very honored to be here, very excited to be here because tonight we are going to help you take ownership of your own power and your own truth. But first of all, I need to say welcome to everybody. And I need to pull this up on my phone so I can share it out to as many places as I normally do. And I also need to ask you if you would please share the video out, give us all kinds of thumbs up, hearts, frowny faces, smiley faces, cry faces. It doesn't matter. Just give us something to help us beat the algorithm on Facebook. Now, with no further ado, I would like to bring up tonight's guest, the Queen of Hearts. Hey,
Yay, Jeff.
how are you doing tonight?
I am fabulous, and I'm even more fabulous to see you and to be a guest on your show tonight. This is
That is
awesome.
Thank you so much for being here, taking the time out of your busy evening to be here with me and my people is nothing short of miraculous. So thank you so much. Now, I'm going to be inviting people and sharing this video out. I ask you guys if you would please do the same thing. And Miss Paige is going to take it away and introduce herself.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Erin Paige, and I am called the Dream Igniter. I'm a speaker, an author, a healing artist, and most importantly, a mother. And what I do is I ignite the spark within those who are open to receiving and elevating and ready to dream up into that infinite possibility that is available to them in their life. And I do that through a heart-centered guidance program, if you will. So I'm just really a lover of life, and I'm a lover of people, and love to uplift. That's me to a T.
That is amazing, Erin. Thank you so much for being here with us again. And I know you are the dream igniter because you have ignited my dreams by being here on this show tonight. So I have to ask though, because I happen to know from personal experience that you oftentimes have to grow through something in order to get to success and get to living your best life. Now, I don't say go through something because you don't have to just go through something, but I believe we have to grow through something in order to get there. So, is there anything that you've had to grow through to get to where you are now?
Where do I start?
In the beginning.
Well, I love that you say that, we have to grow through something, because I use the phrase often that we have to grow to glow. And
Grow to
one of the
grow?
grow to glow. So
Nice.
one of the reasons why I feel like I've been able to glow a little bit more lately is just because I've embraced, even more so than I ever have in my past, the whole entire timeline of things that, the muck of things that I had to grow through. And, we can start out with, rape at 19 and a car accident and all those crazy things. And, divorce and single motherhood, and, not asking for my worth at a job. That's something I definitely had to grow through, is to own my worth there. To what I'm discovering is a a lot of emotional abuse in different relationships, and it also includes some physical abuse as well. So there's everyone has their story, Jeff. You know, you have your story, I have mine, and we're all kind of in this garden, if you will, where we've planted our own individual seed, and sometimes those seeds don't grow right away because we have to go through something. We have to go through it, and then we have to be, um, we water it with each moment that we glow from, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I like that. Grow to glow, right?
Mhm.
So we're glowing, guys.
Glowing.
So I would like to take a second here and say hi to a few people. So hi to my dad who's watching from across the street. Hi to Marilyn Bolton who's watching us live from Indiana. And then
Awesome.
we have Maria Papalia Meyer. We have Ben Bruce Chris Jr. And Ben Bruce is actually from Nigeria. And then we have Adam. And we have, um, man, I can't say that. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I ask you if you would please share this video out, invite people to watch this video, and post it in as many groups as you would like, because we are here with the fantastic, amazing, beautiful Queen of Hearts herself, Miss Erin Paige, and she is going to be rocking the house and telling everybody how they can own their own truth and own their own power. So, how exactly did you deal with those things, and how do they still affect you?
Sure. Well, I would say that I've gotten better. The more that you grow and that you expand, the easier it is to kind of break out um, of that mold of whatever that you're going through. I say that everyone has the right to their pity party. It's how long you stay at the party that matters. So, as an example, years ago, it took me 10 years to heal over the rape. I was 19, and around age 29, my marriage was not in good shape. Had a young son, a baby, and I remember being in a therapist's office with my husband, and we were talking about the incident and how I had shifted. And he basically said, "Congratulations, Erin, you've gone through the final stage of healing." And that is letting go of the unconscious, because I really felt like it was like the skin of a snake just kind of melting off of me, and I felt like myself again, and I felt empowered. And what I found is that it took a long time for that particular, I mean, that in many cases, well, in all cases, I mean, it's a very traumatic situation, and it takes a while. But now that I've gone through those stages of healing and I've grown through that, I've actually stretched myself to become more aware of situations that aren't a good fit for me, situations that maybe I need to navigate differently through. And so I think that over time and with that growth, you become more aware of what's working for you and what isn't working for you. And one of the tools that I have shared with my clients and with audiences as well is just to simply remove yourself from the situation, almost like outside of a television box. When I was growing up, I mean, we had big televisions, not screens. And so, my initial images of this big box, of stepping outside of it and then watching the sitcom of my life going on, and just looking back in with a different perspective, and really, now I mean really watching it, and really listening. I mean, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, and really listening to what was going on within the scenario, but also, Jeff, what was going on within my own psyche and within my own heart. And being okay with reframing and getting back into this my little scenario or sitcom of life at that time, and addressing it in a different way and approaching it in a different way. And maybe, maybe it's a relationship where you step outside and this just is not serving me to my highest and greatest good, and it's to both of our advantages if I make the decision to go a different direction. So I think it's just, some people call it, wisdom and maturity and all of that, but you also have to realize that it can happen for you at any time. I mean, I was 39 years old when I left a second marriage that wasn't serving me, not a bad person, just wasn't right for me, and it wasn't right for my son from my first marriage. And when I left, that's when I really found my footing. That's when I really started to pay attention to, well, why are you here, Erin? What's going on? And are you really living to your highest and greatest good? Because I was ultimately, Jeff, living for other people, following everybody else's advice and not really listening to my own inner guidance. So those are a few things I think within what I just said on how you can really tap into who you are. And over time, it gets exhausting being somebody else's, idea, somebody else's person, and it gets exhausting. And you finally, one day, at least for me, and there may be people in the audience that someone may need to hear this, that, maybe tomorrow you wake up and you go, I'm tired of being, somebody else's puppet. And I'm really going to stand on my own and just, inch by inch, life's a cinch, yard by yard, life is hard. So just take it inch by inch. You'll get there.
Yeah, I love that. That whole, can you say that last thing again? Inch by inch.
Inch by inch, life's a cinch, yard by yard, life is hard.
Wow.
And it's true,
I
right?
like that. That's profound.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have to ask you guys in the audience out there, tell us something that you have gone through, something that you have overcome, or even something that you are dealing with at the present moment. I would love to hear how you guys are struggling or how you did struggle and grew through it. So let us know. I'm very curious. But if you're out there, please hit that like button. Please hit that share button. And if you're watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button because we provide shows like this, solution oriented shows like this, every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And they're called Make Every Second Count because I was in a severe car accident. I spent 2.5 months in a coma and 3.5 in the hospital. They told me that I would probably never walk again, but guess what? I'm walking. So I'd like to help people get from what they're dealing with to the other side so they can live their best life like I am. So please subscribe on YouTube. Please follow me on Facebook. Please, whatever, just give us hearts, give us likes, something to beat Facebook's algorithm. So I have to ask Erin, did you paint that behind you?
I did. Yeah. Can you guys see it?
Wow.
That is Become. So this is actually probably 7 to 9 layers of paint, and I left the area where Become is written. I left it blank for a long time because I knew it needed to be filled with something. And one day I was working actually on another painting, and it just came to me, the word become. And, you know, it's appropriate that you would talk about this painting and the word become, because uh, that's what we're talking about tonight, is becoming your and stepping into your own power. One of my biggest struggles, and I'll share it here, and I would love to hear from the audience of some other, you know, issues or struggles that they've gone through, because we're here to uplift and tag team. But you know, it was really about the question, well, who am I? And I know there's people out there watching this that are like, well, who am I to do this? Who am I to, you know, go out and be a shift or a change for someone else? And part of that was the programming and the patterning from um, people I was associating with in my younger years. You know, there's a level of insecurity as you're growing up and you start listening to other people. And I started to question, well, who am I? And then someone reminded me, well, who are you not? Who are you not?
You were the beautiful Miss Paige. You're the queen of hearts.
Well, but you know, everyone has that, you know, some people call it, you know, your shadow side in metaphysics and on the spiritual level. And, you know, some of my dark side was, or my shadow side was that questioning doubt. You know, I am smiling all the time, and I really am. And, but there are times, you know, when I am not the heart girl, when I am in a self doubt. And that's where I really focused. I came up with that phrase of everyone has the right to their pity party. It's how long you stay at stay at the party that matters. Because when you can reframe and realize that every single person, you know, I talked about we're all in this garden of life and we each are planting our own seeds. If you can just imagine how beautiful that garden is, and if you're not planting your seed within that garden of your own beautiful gift and your own beautiful seed that's unique only to you, then the garden is lacking and could be even more beautiful and more vibrant and thrive with your seed. So who are you not to go out and plant the seed of whatever dream? You know, I am the dream igniter. So dream to me stands for dare radiantly every day and moment.
Dare radiantly every day and moment.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
plant the seed and just dare. Just dare to dream. Dare to dream again and become who you came here to be. Really and truly, that's my message.
That is absolutely amazing. Now I would like to say hi to Otis. Oh no. Toba Tarwo.
Tara?
I'll just call him Otis because that's how I know him. So Otis is awesome. He is a leader from Africa, and he's actually, I believe, from Rwanda, but he lives somewhere else now. I don't know. He's pretty awesome. He runs a foundation for youth in Africa, helping them with scholarships and mentorships and all kinds of stuff. So he is a really cool guy. So thank you so much for watching, Otis. Please share this with your friends over there. I would love to hear more from you, more from other people in Africa, more from other people everywhere. And Mark said that he is actually on holiday in Hong Kong. He saw the Laura Croft in the temple, and uh, he's he saw Laura Croft in a temple. I don't know if that's really possible, but oh well, it's cool.
Well, cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. We thank you guys so much for watching again. And Erin, I have to ask, is there, I know you gave some tips in there for other people to get past what they're dealing with in their life, but do you happen to have any more? And if not, that's okay.
I sure do. So, I highly recommend that people take time to breathe. I know it sounds simplistic and it might seem obvious, but how many of us out there have been in a car and driven 10 miles and realized that they haven't even taken a breath? Because their mind's swirling everywhere. They've got, kids in the back, or they've got kids on their mind. They've got husbands, significant others. They've got job issues. They've got money issues and health issues, whatever it is that's going through. We all are thinking of something. But one of the ways to tap into your ultimate power and your truth is just to take the time to be in it. I mean, simply just to be in it and to own it and to breathe through it. So for me, I like to breathe through the heart center. So yes, you're breathing through your nose or your mouth, but I like to breathe in through, imagine that I'm breathing in through heart center, and to breathe in all the love that's around me and surrounds me, because there is love everywhere. I know we may not feel it, but there really is. But taking in a deep breath, and for 4, and if you can, to hold it for 4. And then what happens when you hold it, it actually makes the heart beat faster. The longer you can hold your breath, your heart beats faster, your body temperature goes up, and it circulates the blood faster. So what you're doing is you're actually revving up your body. And I equate it to like a lava lamp. If someone can, if people think about a lava lamp, what happens with a lava lamp if it's not plugged in? It just sits
Nothing.
there, right? And the
Yeah.
blobs sit on the bottom. But when you can plug it in, and that's why I'd like breathe it in and imagine that your skin is just a vessel and it's got all this good liquid love in it. And when you hold it for as long as possible, then the heartbeat is beating faster. You're circulating your blood, which is got oxygen in it, and it's going to your brain and everywhere else in your body. The longer that you can hold it, the more you're like heating up that liquid love, and that, those blobs of love, if you will, like a lava lamp. And then when you breathe it out, then all of that stuff has been mixed in. And so you're breathing outward, because I believe that we're all connected. And when one of us is in pain, then we're all in pain. And when one of us is feeling love, then we're radiating love. So that would be something else to really own your power, is to give yourself grace and give yourself a minute or two just for yourself.
All right, quick question. You said in there that you believe that everybody feels what other people are feeling. What about, all right, what, like, it's not everybody feels physical pain when a person feels physical pain. In fact, I laugh a lot of times when somebody gets hurt. It's not nice of me. It's not. It, it doesn't portray who I am, but I do. I laugh when somebody gets hurt, and I do it just because I don't know why. It's not always funny, but so why is it that I laugh when somebody gets hurt and I don't feel their pain?
Well, energetically, I know it's a kind of an abstract, obscure concept to kind of digest. But if you've ever heard of the butterfly effect, and you can look it up, it's available on YouTube anywhere. But yes, exactly. But there's there are theories out there that the flutter of a butterfly on the other side of the world can cause hurricanes on the other side just because of the vibration. And I guess ultimately what I'm talking about, and there have been studies through Heart Math Institute where they actually talked about heart coherence. And the scientific side of it is that they measured the vibrations of the heart because, the heart is, is basically electric. I
Yes.
mean, that's why they use electricity to, pump us back into life if we flatlined. But they measured the energetic field of the heartbeat and they measured it and they measured it out to 9 feet. So Jeff, if we were standing next to each other, then my heartbeat or the vibration of my heartbeat and the state, that's the important thing, is the coherence, the state of my heartbeat. So if I have joy in my heart, the vibration will go out differently than if I have hate in my heart. So as it vibrates outward and you're standing next to me, you are actually within my heartbeat field, if you will. Okay. So you are actually absorbing it and it's affecting you. So the biggest question throughout that study, and when they presented it to people, someone raised their hand and said, well, how do you know that it's 9 feet? And the scientist said, well, we actually believe that it's infinite. It's just our man-made instruments that measure up to 9 feet. So that's what I'm talking about as far as everyone's affected by it, because I talk a lot about the ripple effect. If you think about throwing a rock into, the water and it ripples outward, well, it ripples and it ripples infinitely, really. And at some point, it starts to ripple back to us. So what we are giving,
We
we
are
are
receiving.
eventually getting back.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you may not. I mean, like I said, it's an abstract, an obscure way to think about things. And most people that I speak with, they're like, well, my friend, cut her finger, and I didn't feel it, you know,
That's what
and
I was asking,
yeah,
basically.
but ultimately I guess what I'm saying is you may not feel the pain of the cut necessarily. I mean, we could have a whole nother discussion about that because I I can go all the way out here with some of these topics, but just for the show. But what happens to her friend, it changes her heartbeat. It changes the way that her blood's circulating. It changes the way that she's taking in oxygen. So if we can go back to the heart math study, it actually is shifting and changing as her heartbeat is going outward and I'm standing next to her while she's in pain. Her heartbeat is putting out a different vibration than it was before she cut her finger. So if you can kind of think about it that way, does that help?
Yeah,
Okay.
it does. So I like to provide simple steps for people. So what all right, let's say somebody in let's just say Nairobi, Kenya, because that's where I was, is suffering at the moment by going through like a lack of food because they have a lack of money
Mhm.
and they're unable to feed their child, and that is a bummer. Don't get me wrong, that should never happen in the world, but it does.
Mhm.
So how can they improve their energy or get the people around them in a higher vibration, as you say,
Mhm.
and help themselves in the long run?
Well, I can speak for I can speak for how I handle this, because I have not wanted for food, but I have wanted for a lot of different other things, and been in, as far as better relationships, and feel better on different levels. And for me, is just to realize, and to trust, and to ultimately believe that you were created in love, the one unconditional love, and you can label it however you want, but there's no separation from that. And so, again, it may be a little abstract, but if you can really step into going, I was created in love, therefore I am love, there's no separation from it. So that raises anyone's vibration if they really truly believe it. And even in with starvation, because yes, there's the starvation of food, but the way that I can relate is I was starving for someone to understand me at one point in my life, starving emotionally for someone to actually tune in and tap in. So I understand what starvation is, and we can put it in any context. But to step in and go, but I was created in love, so I'm going to step forward in love. And it just, when you shift, that vibration, people will notice and things will start to change. That's why I like affirmations. And I'll give you a prime example. Over the last month or so, I've been saying that I am a magnet and I attract financial abundance with ease into my bank account every day. I say that morning, noon, and night, and in between with my snacks. And do you know that I have gone every single day with abundance in my bank account? Now, is that large amounts of what we would call currency? Not every day. But one day I got $5. I got a rebate that I didn't even know, and it came in the mail. Well, that's financial abundance.
Yeah.
If you're sitting around and going, well, I want $1 million tomorrow. We know that that's, unless you're going to win the lottery on a Wednesday or Saturday night, that's not going to happen. But if you can really be in a state of appreciation, even with the small things, that I made it through to another day. And tomorrow I'll make it another day, So affirmations always help for me. It just puts me in a different state. And again, it goes back to that vibration, Jeff, that people are putting out there. So if you can be in that state of vibration, of appreciation, that's going to mix with everybody else as well. And eventually, may not be tomorrow, it may not be next week, but over time, that ripple effect will come back to you. It's just, it's science. I mean, we can talk about the abstract, the unknown, but there is science behind this. There's science behind it.
Yeah. That's awesome, Erin. So another thing I'm going to have to ask is, do you have any contact information, or do you happen to have a book or anything that you would like to give out, contact information or ways to get that book?
Sure. Well, thank you for the opportunity to share. I do. Actually, I have, it's called a guidebook. Here it is. And it's called I Release You to Become Who You Came Here to Be. And it's a working, almost like journal, if you will. There's 18 notes to self, and they're just little reminders. And then there's a thought-provoking question for you to journal about. And I have that. Plus, I have artwork. I have little note cards as well. But let me say this, if I may, as far as contact information. I'm in the process of reworking my website. My website is Erin Paige, PAIGE.com. But if you send me an email, Erin@erinpaige.com, and tell me that you are on the show, then I will send you a gift. Because what I'd love to have you be a part of is I'll just be honest. I would love to have you be part of my mailing list, which I'm will be doing once a month. But there's so many things in the works right now, you guys. I mean, I've got a mastermind group coming together. I've got a free workshop coming together, and we'll be doing it. We can connect internationally through Zoom, and and I have my books available, and I'd love to send those out to people. So just Erin@erinpaige.com. Let me know that you are on the show, and then I'll send you a free gift.
All right, guys. Wow. She honestly just rocked the world with her talk on this show. But I would like to remind you and everybody else out there that you guys need to do me a favor this week, next week, and for the rest of your life. You need to make every second count. Why? Because you never know when the seconds are going to run out on your one life. Hey guys, I'll see you back here next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And until then, love on.